She is one of the loudest voices in Congress. She spent decades lecturing Americans about ethics and accountability. But now she's the one in hot water. A powerful Democrat just got hit with a major ruling. A federal investigation exposed what Maxine Waters has been hiding. And now the judge is handing down the sentence. You won't get this kind of hard-hitting coverage of corrupt Democrats like Maxine Waters on MSNBC. But we've got the full story and the receipts. Please like, comment, and share to explain America, because the media won't tell you what really happened in the Maxine Waters scandal. And we want to get the truth out to the American people. So here's the story. Congresswoman Maxine Waters' campaign has been found guilty of violating multiple federal election laws. Now she's being forced to pay the penalties. The ruling comes after a formal Federal Election Commission, or FEC, probe into her 2020 campaign, Citizens for Waters. This wasn't a minor paperwork mistake. These were systemic violations, and now the FEC has ordered Waters' campaign to cough up $68,000 in fines and send her treasurer to mandatory campaign finance training. This comes on top of a separate report revealing Waters paid her own daughter nearly $200,000 for campaign work, part of a shady slate mailer operation that critics have long called out as political nepotism. Despite her committee's excuses that these violations were just errors, the documents released Friday make it clear. Waters' campaign repeatedly violated federal law and only avoided court by settling in advance. This is the same Maxine Waters who once called for Melania Trump to be deported and who has spent years accusing her political enemies of corruption. Now, she's the one guilty of corruption, and the judge is finally making her pay. Maybe not as much as we would like to see, but it is a sign that there is at least some justice in this case, and it sets the record straight that she is a corrupt Democrat. Yeah, and potentially like Jasmine Crockett in Texas. She's under investigation for ActBlue donations. We want to see it also put on the record that these Democrats are corrupt. So let's take a look at Maxine Waters moralizing the American public about Donald Trump and MAGA and anyone that she can say is a bad person or an evil enemy of hers, to take the attention off of her and to deflect the blame away from her corrupt activities. Let's watch.
The majority of basically whites in this country willing to accept a dishonorable human being, someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies, someone who has been openly and brazenly racist, someone who has, talked about his love for Putin and Kim Jong-un and made some statements favorable to Hitler. It doesn't matter.
Well, this is all why you don't like him, but why has America voted for him?
Racism is the basic point. People don't like to talk about racism, but the fact of the matter is the majority of his votes are going to come from whites. And that's who has been talking to all campaign about taking the country back. Taking it back from whom? Taking it back from too many minorities who are doing too well, who are succeeding, who are closing the wealth gap. And something has to be done in his estimation. And so that's what it's really all about. It's not about the economy and all that, people would like to basically hide behind. It's about white versus other.
Just a quick reminder in between this rage, guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. It does help me out enormously. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you're welcome to do so. Let's get back to it.
But it's looking possible tonight that Donald Trump has won the popular vote. Are you saying that the majority of Americans are racists?
I'm saying the majority of the Americans will buy into anything as long as they believe that somehow they will have more advantage, they will have more ownership, that they don't have to worry about others who will be equal to them. You can call it what you want, but that's the way it is.
It looks, Congressman Walters, as if he's expanded his base to include more black voters, more Latino voters, more people of color this time round. I mean, not more than Harris, but more than last time round. Doesn't that fight your theory?
Well, I don't know. We've got to wait and see. I don't know what the expansion is. There may be some expansion in the Latino community, but all of this talk about getting black votes, I don't think is true.
Maxine Waters is another case of a Democrat who assumes the rules doesn't apply to them. And it raises real questions about who else is getting away with the same thing just because they're in power. Maxine Waters is guilty. Some price is being paid. And the American people aren't going to forget this. This has been Kyle Becker with Explain America.